Good morning, everybody. It's the Truth Serum, and oh, okay, thank you, studio audience. Thank you, folks. Calm down, calm down. I'm trying to do a show. All right, we have a real big show today, real big show. It's the Truth Serum. We got 656 subs. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all your support. And calm down, folks. Calm down. You in the back. Calm down. These fans. It's the Truth Serum. I like to entertain. I might come off a little immature, but don't worry about this trap up here, folks. Don't worry about this trap. Jimi Hendrix. God bless the dead. Hey, Joe, what you doing with that gun in your hand? I don't have a gun, but my name is Joe. All right. I appreciate your support. Another blizzard here. I'm not going to do the weather report because I'm a frustrated weatherman. But it's the mob soap opera. It's the mob tube. I'm here to entertain you. I'll try to do the best I can. 78 subscribers in 28 days. It's a new land record. We're rising to the top. I tell you, folks, don't give up. Keep aspiring to fulfill whatever aspirations or goals or dreams you have. You get it all here. Not just Guido mob talk. Oh, he stuck a knife in him and he bled all over the wall. No, you get more here. You get more here than that. Now listen and all that stuff. I'm a full service content provider here. My Cash App is there also. I got my hand out too. Joseph Monty 613, capital J, capital M 613. Thank you for your support. There's membership on there also. Thank you for your support. I like to eat too. I like pig's feet. I like hog maws. All right, folks, let's get this show under. Where's my producer and editor? Joy Merlino and Mike Franzese. See, these guys put a lot of clickbait in and all that, and I know the tricks of the trade by now. But in 2 years, we got this number of subscribers, and exponentially speaking, that was pretty good for just a one-man show, just doing it all. So thanks to you folks. Follow your dreams. So I want to see Mike Franzese and Joy Merlino in a cage match. And like I said, Mike Franzese, nobody can take any shine off of him. But I see some of these other channels. I want to interview. I'm gonna diversify this channel, God willing, and do some other co-hosts, different topics. Like I said, I'm not a one-trick pony. I could run a network show. This would be better than something you see on bullcrap ABC, NBC, and those demon networks. But today's a very special day for me. It's my death date. 1/18/14 is when I died. Fentanyl. I used to like doing dope, heroin years ago. And today is my 10-year anniversary. Thank you, angels, for rescuing me in my time of need. And thank you for all the people that encourage me and through life support and coming back. And SW, you know who you are. Thank you. My mind was erased. I had to start from scratch. I had no schema, no mental thinking apparatus, and I made a good comeback. I defied all the medical experts because I'm special, so special. So Forgive me, but we are royalty from the gods. Comes in handy once in a while. So, uh, would you do 3 years, 5 years for $1 million? Now, I had an extended member on my father's side that ran around with a couple families and good looking, good looking guy. And they were doing some crime activities, and they got hemmed up, they got pinched, and well, I'm not sure if some of the people understand that you're getting knowledge, your database maybe for the mafia and the interworkings of it might just be from Sammy the Bull, Mike Franzese, and other sources. But sometimes it might be true, it might be false, but you're just not getting the whole gist of it. That's what I'm here for. All right, folks. So um there was a lot of hustling and racketeering, like the Genovese family, Colombo, Gambino. But sometimes some of the people, they did hustles and deals between the families. You think? I mean, it wasn't just all war and all of that stuff, but you know, good morning, Philly Bob. You want the weather report again? Yeah, a lot of snow. We'll leave it at that. So these sometimes these families cross pollinated. Good word, ain't it? I'm a wordsmith. And they would do some hustles, and on my father's side, family member Vic, they were doing some intermingling. Actually, I would guess, well, I was told, but I would guess it was actually three families: Colombo, Genovese, and Gambino. Actually, three families. And they were running, um, they're doing rackets, and they're making big money. Big money. And they had a monopoly on some kind of hustle. I don't know. Because some of these people were more high tech. You don't hear about a lot of high tech crimes on these Guido channels you see on YouTube. You don't see a lot of that. But and they were making tons of money. And they came to Vic, extended family member on my father's side, and they were gonna maybe hand down some indictments to uh, some members of the Gambino and Genovese or Colombo, and my cousin, or my second cousin, and they says, well, see, a lot of times behind the scenes, uh, it's not a lot of frigid dialogue between some federal agents are just Rambos. Some federal agents are just Rambos. Some federal agents might be more malleable, so to speak, or rock and roll a little. And somehow they says these guys are gonna go do big time. They got they're looking at a lot of charges. And it was sketchy on what charges would stick or not. And my cousin was a main type of player in that puzzle, and they come up with it that they would pay him $1 million to go do 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 7 to 12, and then it got shortened. And when he came out, they had a big mansion in Queens on the marina, the surf side, and while I was down there, I went over there while I was running bread and donuts, making deliveries. I went over there, and he was a good class act. There was captains from other families. It was a beautiful high class setting, and the Genovese's, you don't hear a lot about the Genovese family, but Genovese family's high class. In my view, because that's personally my cousin and class. And they had suits, mansion. Come here, Jojo. Look, does this fit me? Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful, Italian suits and everything else. And the guy did his time. And I found out. Well, then my sister, sorry, sister, but you're going to be, my sister went down to visit because my grandmother on my father's side was still alive. And she went and visited them. She came back with furs and meat, and I was like, geez, I missed that train. But and he went to a federal pen, and I think Atlanta or whatever, and it was like a country club anyways. So, and there's different parts. I don't know about this current 2024, what goes on, but back then, like in Goodfellas, where they showed how the gangsters had their own section and all that kind of stuff. But they had tennis. They had a tennis court, ping pong table, swimming pool for a certain section. You don't think wardens and CEOs got bribed? I mean, it's just common sense that would happen. But yeah, this is I appreciate your support, folks. We've been rising up, and yeah, today's the day, 10-year anniversary. I went to the city to get dope, okay? And I knew it was fentanyl. I know the properties of heroin, right? I know the properties of heroin. And so I go to the city, I get it. There's a spot, a car wash or whatnot. And then people would go cop over there, score their drugs or obtain their drugs if you're not using street slang here. So there was a local friend of mine that used to go up and back, and I would see his car sometimes, and we'd both, by happenstance, boom, boom, boom. So I went up there and I says, we're waiting the cop, and I said, this ain't even heroin, it's some grungy synthetic shit. And he's like, oh, it does the trick for me. It didn't give you that opiate feeling, which I've been clean for 10 years. Today, I've been clean 10 years because I overdosed and died. But I like the feeling. I'm not promoting opiates, but I like that feeling of opiates. And I did it not because I had pain issues and all that. I did drugs because I liked the feeling of that. I had my own culture. I like the feeling of that. I'm not promoting it, and I'm not here to babysit anybody and say no to drugs. That's your own business. And so we get this. Now it's a 30-minute ride back to our town from the city after we get our drugs. He ended up in front of me on this route back to our hometown. And so he was in front of me in his car. We both got this fentanyl garbage. And I'm getting ready to make my usual left-hand turn to go home. And then he's going to go further into the hometown to his house. So I beep the horn. I put my hand out the window. Boom. He puts his hand out the window. Me and him would both be clinically dead within an hour. He passed away. Today is actually the day I lost my friend to that garbage fentanyl. He didn't make it. I ended up on the floor, and by 18 miracles, they resuscitated me, and I was on life support for a long, long time. And the prognosis was, if he makes it, he will just have brain damage. He'll be retarded, and all of that kind of stuff. And it was a long journey back. And anybody that helped me and assisted me in making this recovery, thank you so much. You are truly my angels. And thank you, the angels that came to me when I was on the floor. It's in the book. You want to hear a good story? Yeah, I'm selling the book. There's a link in there somewhere. It's in the book. Angels are real. Thank you, angels. So I made a recovery. So it's been 10 years, and time flies. And it's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years. I didn't realize my channel was in its infancy. Only 2 years. And I've made good progress with being censored and blocked and everything. We got 656, 78 new subscribers in 28 days. We're rocking and rolling. This is my only prop. I only got one prop. Okay? So here's to the angels rescuing me, and reach out to your spiritual guides, folks. All right? Let's hear it for the angels. Thank you, angels. I couldn't have done it without you. So, and I can't do it without you good people. Philly Bob, he's right here in the morning. He's ready to rock and roll. And thank you, everybody else that comes in here. And about doing 3 years, 5 years, 7 years for $1 million. There was a guy that they conned that was making a similar deal. I don't know if it was on that scale. See, in this other story, there might have been a captain or two involved from one of those families, and they paid the money. They paid the money because it was a group deal, kind of like whatever, however they arranged it. But they conned a guy, a lower level, underling guy. I heard. I don't know. A lot of times, this is entertainment. I don't know if this stuff is true or false. Everything I say on this channel is allegedly. It could be true. It could be false. I could be lying. All right. So that's my disclaimer for all my videos. Okay. I don't have immunity, and I don't want to have immunity. I didn't do violent stuff, and I didn't perpetrate any bad things. But they conned a guy. They conned a guy. and he was supposed to get uh well, see, when people don't cooperate and they go to prison and they know they just saved maybe 3, 5, 7, 10, they saved their behinds, and they took the charges and everything, and they didn't rat, and they went and did it. So it's just it's just normal protocol for those families to look after the wife and children of these people. And some of them do, and some of them don't. And there was a guy in the Colombo family, my godfather, who was an enforcer for Colombo and maybe Genovese, maybe Gambino too. And he said that the guy was pissed off. He's sitting there. His wife is telling them, "I'm broke. The rent is due." Bum bum bum. Just like Karen and Goodfellas, they left her hanging with her tongue out. So that happens because now you're a hot item. You're a hot item in there, and the feds are watching, and you just want to separate yourself, but you could still sneak some money to these family members. And then what happens later on is then the feds come visit them in prison, and they're like, "Do you want to cooperate now?" And then they go, "Yeah." So when we talk about rats and all this kind of stuff on YouTube, it's situational. You can't just make blanket statements and just show it all over all these people. There's different characters, different situations, and guess what? If that happened to me, I'd be singing like a canary. They want to leave me high and dry and not take care of my family, and I'm taking time, and that spared 3 or 4 other guys. I'll be. However you folks perceive that, you perceive it. That's your own prerogative. But I mean, Mike Franzese always claims he's not a rat. That's what burns my blood a lot of times. It's comical at this point. It's comical. And a lot of these guys were rats before the world knew they were rats. If I was in a foxhole, like I said before, I want John A. Light in my foxhole. I want John A. Light in there. I want John A. Light. A treacherous guy. He wasn't even Italian or 100% Italian, Albanian, but and they talk smack about him. They try to discredit him, and the Gottis are like, "Oh, he was never around," and Sammy the Bull, they're like, "Oh no, they don't want anybody else to shine but them." Everybody wants the limelight because sometimes then they know that these people are in the know and they can contradict their fairy tale stories they put on YouTube. Mike Franzese thinks everybody died off. I'm still alive. Hey, I'm still alive. Hey, Pearl Jam. I'm still alive. 10-year anniversary today since I was dead. I'm still alive. Maybe they told you I was dead from an overdose. No, I'm still alive. They put on the social media that I had passed. No, I was on life support. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. So this is the talk show, The Truth Serum, and we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna go to 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna go to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, moderator. Thank you, YouTube administration. I know I misbehaved, but I'm not gonna talk politics. I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm gonna do what I do, and I've had success at that. So I appreciate that. And maybe YouTube administrator, maybe you can move me up in the algorithm. All right. It's been a long, tedious, treacherous road for the Truth Serum. Help me out. You'll be blessed. I got connections to angels. All right. Forgive me, God. I shouldn't say that. Philly Bob says, Michael is hoping everybody forgets that he talked. Philly, I don't understand. What's so bad about him just admitting that he cooperated? He was a rat. Why? He's still gonna it's not gonna hurt his channel any. It's just for his own self-serving, egotistical, megalomaniac thinking. It's not gonna hurt him. Now listen, buy the wine, buy whatever. I mean, it ain't Mike. You'll never watch this. I don't know if someone told you, oh yeah, that kid Jojo, Mickey's godson, he's still around. I don't know if anybody told you out there in that fortress out there in California, but people are still around from Brooklyn, Western New York. People are still around, bro. I mean, so you don't even have to lie. I mean, you know what? I would like to meet with you, not a sit down. Everything's a sit down. No, a meeting, a cup of coffee. You could drink your wine. I'll have a cup of coffee and just talk about regular stuff because you are an interesting character. You are. Put the mob aside. You're an interesting character outside of the mob genre. But you go a little overboard, my friend. You go a little overboard. Joey Merlino and Mike, they disputed, and you see what happened to Joey Merlino. Chris Colombo went on Mike Francese's show. They had a sit down. And like I said before, Chris Colombo should have said, bro, don't put down in the thumbnails that you were the Colombo mob boss. Come on, Mike. Mike, that's a flagrant foul. You knowingly put that in the thumbnails. So now your whole character is questionable. You're judged by the weakest link. If there's a chain, and that's a powerful chain, that's a legitimate chain. But if there's a weak link, now that power is questionable. I want to do interviews. I don't want to be interviewed, like by some other channel or talk like this. These old timers don't want to sit down here with me and talk about certain things. And I understand that. They don't want to put a mask on. They don't want to. I'm trying. Maybe this spring, God willing, the channel's still going. And then I can start I want to get a talk show host, a woman's perspective, someone that's a good communicator, a thinker, and then I could ask questions like that, questions back and forth. Mike is a good guy. Yeah, I'm sure Mike's a good guy, in his person. I'm saying the mob persona, and then whatever he does in his real life. I'm not around him every day. I don't know how he rock and rolls. Nobody knows what he does. It's all just information gathered on videos. But this is the truth serum. We try to stay as close to the truth. Maybe I lie about things or not. Maybe not. But we try to stay close to the truth because I don't know concrete, actual, factual information. Some firsthand, yes, but a lot of it is second, third-hand information. So I could be lying. This channel is allegedly, disclaimer, allegedly, because I do respect that there's first-hand accounts, second, third, fourth, fifth-hand accounts. And you know how much a story can change from a first-hand account to a second-hand account? But some of his dates, I don't know if his math, I don't know if he's good in math, but some of the dates, maybe he miscalculated, and maybe he didn't even care about dates. He was on the streets or in prison. Maybe he did that. Who cares? He's still going to have 10 million subscribers. You know, the genre is interesting. And yeah, well, would you guys do time in prison? What's the price you would do for 5 years? How much would you have to get paid to do in a federal pen, which some of them are like country clubs, some not. Back then they were like country clubs. But I think I'd do a year in prison for 50,000. Not some hardcore max whatever. No. Mm-mm. But it happened sometimes when the lawyers would get together, and even the federal judges, um, the DAs, the judges, and the mob lawyers, they would map a lot of things out, and then they could formulate a plan and say, well, we can leverage this case. Jimmy, instead of doing 7 to 10, you'll do 3 to 5, and this guy over here will take the rap. Mark, instead of doing 5 to 7, he's gonna be the sole perpetrator of whatever that crime was. Ricky, instead of doing that, so you got 3 or 4 guys that are like, yeah, let's pay, whatever, let's do it. Let's have a telethon. But these families had more money than, very lucrative. And these guys got out. Maybe they had ongoing deals with other family members. But like I said, these crime families did cross-pollinate with deals. And they even, I'll trade you like, the NFL. Listen, give me Jimmy and Ricky, and I'll give you Tony, and make a trade. Because we can use Tony. He excels at this better. And then Jimmy and Ricky come over here, and they're more expertise in this racket or doing legitimate businesses and doing legitimate businesses. So, when you're making so much money, you got to hide the money. What do you do with the money? Then you got to put it in, you got to do a DBA, run businesses. And, just like Mike Franzese, he must have had 50 DBAs going, doing business as. And then it's just a juggle game for the IRS, and they can't catch up year to year. What's this? But Mike Franzese might have had an easier journey because the IRS is federal, and the federal FBI agents and they're federal. So they might have been like, okay, give him a break on this. He's helped us out. And by the way, there might be some money or whatnot. I don't know. Allegedly, it makes sense that, when you got hundreds of millions of dollars, there's a price there's a price for everybody. The IRS, the FBI, the federal agents, maybe the judges. It's safe to say. Philly Bob, it's better than this genre is interesting. It's better than 90% of the crap on TV. Yeah. TV don't even look right anymore. The channel, the anchors on these channels, they look weirded out. They're unprofessional. They can't even read off the prompter. Everything looks weird the last 3 years everything just got weirded out for some reason. I don't know why. You guys know why? Everything changed like maybe about 3 years ago. We're not gonna do politics. So 6:56, baby. Get a timeout. Get a TO. 10 years. 10 years since the day I went down. And I started doing this 2 years. So we're rising up. We're rising up. And I will get this tightened up better for all you good folks. Like and I promise, that you know uh I'll have guests on here. But holy cow, the old gangsters, they ran from attention, and it's in their DNA and thinking, and they don't ever want to be like, on here. And some people, you're at the casinos here or there, and I don't know who some people are, and like Sammy the Bull, people that claim to be with Sammy the Bull or whatever, and gamblers are all over New York State, and and it's like they oh, you can't be talking about, my third cousin's uncle's father's brother-in-law. Really? You're not even related to Sammy the Bull. I'll bash whoever I want to bash. All right? So I appreciate all the support. 2 years, almost 400 videos. So I put the work in. I really do. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to 1,000 subscribers. There's a link in there for the book. I don't know if my link, when you're watching a video, are my links on your screen in real time? The Cash App link and the book link. While I'm doing a video, is that on your screen in real time? I don't know if you're still there, Philly Bob, but is that there? Because I might as well ask right now in real time. Are the links on there? Yes or no? Well, if anybody watches this and yeah. Oh, the links are on there. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. The links are on there, folks. No more bologna sandwiches for me. We're going to go to roast beef, and then we're going to go to filet mignon. Sorry about that, folks. Kind of rude of me, but thank you. Philly Bob, since you're here, how much would you need to get paid to do 1 year in prison? To subscribe and okay. People that come on here, it's very important, folks. The like button. The like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share the video. Like button. Like button. That's what they tell me. The administrators tell me, you got to tout that like button. So that helps move me up in line on the algorithm. The algorithm sounds like such a high name, You use that word, boy, you got a good vocabulary. The algorithm. Please demonstrate your support so I can get higher on the algorithm. So where were we? Yeah, the like button's important. Question to all the viewers out there. How much money, you could put it in the comments after you hit the like button. 1 year in prison. What's the number? What's the number? I think I'd actually go down to 25,000. I don't know about Attica, but I don't want to stir up any hornets nests or anything, but do you folks think judges got bribed? Do you think that? I better chill out. I better chill. I better chill, 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 chill. This is a friendly channel. I don't want to start going down rabbit holes, and well, maybe I have, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that kind of stuff. I reckon the Deutsch. So the Kansas City Chiefs are coming to Buffalo. Can the Bills stomp them out? This nemesis called the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see what happens. Seems like Buffalo's just a jinx sports town. Like Chicago. Yeah, they're going to play, bro. They're going to play even in the frigid temperature because they got everything plowed out. I think they just got 4 feet of snow over there, but I think so. Philly Bob, answer my question. 1 year in prison. Philly Robert, Philly Bob. 1 year. How much you got to get to go do time for somebody? 1 year in prison. How much time? I mean, how much money? What do they got to pay you for 1 year in Attica? 1 year. Dee. No slurping on this damn channel. Sit up and don't slouch, true serum. Everything's cracking. He says no amount is worth it. That's the right answer. I believe that's the right answer in the grand scheme of things. That might be the right answer right there. Joey Merlino's cayunes are ripe. See, the social media and who the golden boys are and who YouTube's, big people are, and you got to be careful. So, I think Mike Franzese, you're okay in my book, okay? This is just a channel. I want to keep my channel going. I don't want to get barred and censored and all that, okay? That's all. I wish you the best. Outside of this genre and all this crazy stuff, I preach love and compassion. Nobody's perfect. And we could MF people and do that. We can MF, and, for views and subscribers. We could do all that kind of stuff. But I do try to promote love and compassion because today's the 10-year anniversary. That's anniversary and university married. Today's the 10-year anniversary. And, maybe the angels are saying, we brought you back to life, the true serum. You got to demonstrate love and compassion. We don't want to bring you back to life so you could be a creep and talk smack and put people down and all that kind of stuff. So you just be a little more sensitive and practice what you preach, the true serum. So Sammy the Bull, no offense. Mike Franzese, no offense. I hope you guys are prosperous in your personal lives. John A. Light, I hope you rock and roll. I want him in my foxhole when we do war. Joy Merlino, I hope you rise up. Okay? We're all human beings. Everybody has a past. And you know what? The past is a past. We can strive. We can strive. I beat the odds. I beat the obstacles. I ran around 1,000,000 years. I had a bullseye on my back. I dodged it, and you could set all that aside. And if you're alive, you got a chance. You got a chance to rise up in your personal relationships, your job relationships, your mental health. If you're struggling with addiction, you can get better. Mr. Brossman, good morning. God bless you too, you good people. And so I got a talk show here, and of course the thumbnails with these recognizable names, I piggyback them, of course, but I try to institute and integrate other nuggets, other maybe wisdom, uh, which sometimes I don't even practice what I preach, but uh, I'm quick to judge. I'm quick to road rage, and but I'm getting better. I'm getting better because I didn't want the angels to come on here and say, "What the hell? We brung this Joe back, and he's being a creep in society, and he's spreading negativity." You know what? The next time this Joe's in a crisis, these angels might look the other way and say, "Bye bye." Hey, CPW. Good to hear from you. I always appreciate you guys that support me because this is a small channel. I finally got a prop, CPW. I finally got a prop. All right. I'm moving on up like the Jeffersons. I finally got a prop. Ready? CPW. Let's give CPW a hand. Wait a minute. CPW, Mr. Brossman, Philly Bob, and anybody else that's going to watch this, let's give you, I'll answer that question after I give you an applaud. All right. All right. Thank you. I got a studio audience. My first prop, my second prop. 656 subs on my 10-year death anniversary. Well, I had a target on my back in the day because I was running errands for that crew, and I wasn't made into that. I wasn't a made guy, and I was a little more rough around the edges, but I didn't claim to be a tough guy like a street brawler. But I will fight. But I wasn't, like a guy running around. And when I got up to the club and started meeting these characters from the Colombo family and the crews, yeah, they could be really nasty to you. They could be really nasty to you, even if you think you're friends with them. So you can't say certain things to them if you're not a made man, which you probably already know, because I seen that CPW name. I think you're well read in this genre. I think you're well read in this genre. And so I made a mistake, and I told the guy, uh, I was stupid. You guys already know the story, my other viewers, but I says, let's go in the woods with gym shorts and let's fight. Take your gun off and let's fight in the woods. Blah 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 blah. He probably would have kicked my behind anyways, but I wasn't afraid to get a beating. I wasn't afraid because then you just think they'll stop. They'll stop. They know you're gonna have to fight every day, but you just think they gotta stop. I did that before, like guys and this and that. Well, we're just gonna have to fight every day. Then they just get sick of fighting. That's the mental apparatus. That's the thinking, and it worked out. But and well, to answer the question, to continue on, I reckon, but so that crew was being disbanded, and then people disappeared, and I don't have immunity on here. I don't know anything anyways, but I don't have immunity. But I'm sure it's safe to say that they were like, geez, I wonder if that Joe knows anything about this or that. And they don't want loose ends. They're paranoid, schizophrenic, bipolar. They're psychopaths. And they're like, what would that Joe do? What if they got Joe hemmed up and they're interrogating so uh that's the psychology, that's the thinking behind it. Like, you know, does he know enough to incriminate? Does he have enough to do all this stuff? But newsflash, they weren't going to tell little old me any intimate details about some crimes, felonious crimes that they were going to perpetrate. Maybe after the fact, might have tried to put two and two together and say, well, I could be right, I could be wrong, and maybe this happened or maybe that happened. I could only guess uh, about that kind of stuff, which was probably easy to figure out, anyways. And that that's that. uh, Thank you, Philly Bob. Thank you. I appreciate the people that come in here. CPW, you have your channel, right? Central Park West. CPW. What about that? Weren't you on that show with that shades guy with the sunglasses and Gotti's Angel Gotti? Weren't you on that? I'm not trying to name drop Gotti's or all of that. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. Like, oh yeah, I know people that know the Gotti. That ain't my style. I'm good enough, me, to do this little channel and rise up the hard way, like a hard 4 on the crap table. A hard 10. We do it the hard way, and that's why the victory is a greater victory. Life gets hard, and the world is a vampire. It wants that juggler vein, but you know what? You rise up. You rise up. Yeah. CPW, I ran a construction site in the New York metro area over dinner. Guy said to me, these costly projects seem to be inflated for these guys that asked me. This made sense unless someone sent them to me. Oh, all right. Wow, you are Central Park. Wow. Thank you for joining my channel. I'm just or participating. Thank you. Thank you. Ask me this. Next, I was invited on a fishing boat in the Keys. Woo! Oh boy. See? Thank you. That's good juice here. That's good content. So this guy, good enough to come in here. CPW, New York Metro. Hey, by the way, CPW, come on. The water's fine. We're going to the Keys. Oh, really? Oh, let's go. Wow. Did you commiserate? Did you consult with somebody else? Did you have the wisdom at the time? Or did someone else have to say, hey, listen, that's a bad idea? Wow. And the Niagara River, the ocean, and God bless, God rest the dead, but holy cow. There's nobody that could go to the falls. Well, I don't want to get too morbid on here. No. Yeah, you knew. Nobody had to tell you. Shout out to Brooklyn. That's where I was born. Brooklyn. Thank you. My father was from Brooklyn. My godfather was from Brooklyn. He did work, enforcer for different families, mostly Colombos. And then I was in Western New York. Shout out to Brooklyn, folks. I gotta. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. Where's my applause? Yeah, it's easy. I wasn't violent. I ran around, whatever. Everything now in gambling, the rackets, everything's legal. I mean, and I don't want everything's legal now. The government's the new mafia. The government, they took over the rackets. So thank you for your input. Uh yeah. Uh there was thank you, man. I jump on time for time. You are an entertainer because I try to demonstrate, hopefully, I try to go peel the layers back. I try to peel the layers back on the mob and stuff, the psychology behind the mob, the families behind the mob, and then I get a little peed off about these other guys, which might be immature, but I get peed off. You're a liar. You're a liar. Everywhere a liar, liar. Old MacDonald had a liar. E-I-E-I-O. So it's like, but I'm I got degrees. I'm well educated in marketing and advertising and communications and everything else, psychology and all that. I'm not a Guido. But the bottom line is they have big channels and I don't. And I want to be big if it happens by the grace of God or anything else. I'm not going to cry if it doesn't become big, you know, but they are doing it. So you just have to get enough content, the bottom line, and then see who you can get. Mr. Amari, good to see these good people. And you know what? I'm 60 years old. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. But it's nice to socialize. It's nice to socialize and talk and blah blah blah. It's just be like if we're sitting down having a coffee. Oh, how about this? Blah blah blah. But uh, I'm confident now. I'm confident. I was depressed. I was beaten. My channel was having some problems, and I was doing things wrong. So I'm following the rules from now on. When in Rome, do like the Romans. And thank you, YouTube administrator. Thank you for letting me have my platform. I'm not going to bash you. Do me a favor. It's my 10-year anniversary of being dead and alive. Move me up in that algorithm. Can you help me out? All right. You know I've been through the trenches. Put me up there on the algorithm. Okay. All right. And I will wish you blessings. All right. So Mr. Amari, thank you. CPW, Central Park West. New York Metro. When I go to New York CPW, a friend of mine, I was down there and we were driving. I get a feeling in my soul. I get a feeling of there's like something in the air. I live in the country right now. We got 5 feet of snow over here today. But the minute I see the skyline and coming in to the city, I get a feeling, you know. We got 3 feet and we're supposed to get 4 more feet of snow. Weather report. All right. This is the truth, sir. Your weatherman. Temperature 4 degrees. Wind chill minus 17. Barometric pressure 17.91 and rising. Winds north-northwest 10 to 15 miles an hour. Long range forecast cold and more snow. I'm a little mature at times, but laughter is the best medicine. We like dirty laundry. We like violence. We want to hear about blood and guts and violence on all these mob channels. But you know what? You better laugh also. You better laugh. Biologically speaking, physically speaking, it's healthier. I know this ain't, but you get rescued and everything, and then I'm trying to, CPW, I know the New York feeling. It's alive. It's energetic. Yeah. I was running errands and I'd run, a 5 hour trip, a 6 hour trip, and then I'd see the skyline or then come through the tunnel or go in and then, oh yeah, what a feeling. What a feeling. And Mike Franzese, he didn't like to come out. I don't know. He's paranoid. He didn't come out. A couple times he came out, but he didn't come out. To each his own. Because it's a paranoia, whatever. I could sit here and be an armchair quarterback and say, well, not everybody's going to think like you, the truth serum. Not everybody's going to do that. Clyde Pearl Willis. What's going on here? Are you tricking me? Clyde Pearl Willis. I got to look. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Did you used to go out with Bonnie? Remember Bonnie? Bonnie and Clyde? Stop it. Stop it, Joe. Stop it right now. Hey, Joe, what you doing with that gun in your hand? Stop it with the corny jokes. Your channel's tanking. So, what was I saying? I forgot. Must have been a lie. On the truth serum? Oh yeah, that lie. It's energetic. It's energetic. The Knicks are coming back. The Knicks are coming back. They're more dangerous than ever. They're more dangerous. NBA. So, yeah. In the comments, people that watch this down the road, I want you folks to put in the comments 1 year in prison. How much does it take for a person to do 1 year in prison? Whoever watches this, all you got to do is put the figure in. That's all. And then maybe add that you like the channel. Hit the like button. You don't even have to type in words. It's very simple. You don't have to say, I like your channel. Walt Clyde Frazier. What a segue. I'm starting to wonder about you, CPW. You're very, very cerebral. uh, that's a good one there. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Earl the Pearl Monroe. Wow. You got to be my age. Yeah. Willis Reed. He was limping. Willis Reed was limping. Wow. He came back. How dramatic. Yeah. Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. So, yeah. 1 year in jail, folks. Yeah. Oh, 61. Yeah. I'm 60. I'm 60, but I'm 10 because I have a born date and then a death date. And then I got 1/18/14, 10-year anniversary today. So I was dead, pronounced dead, and then I came back to life. So I'm actually 60 and I'm 10. So that's why I have a right to be immature on my channel because I'm also 10 years old. Okay. FW Fred, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. The 10-year rebirth. This is the rebirth. This is the rebirth. Rise up like a phoenix. This is the rebirth. And John A. Light, whoever's in that camp of yours, sometimes you don't know who is who, but thank you, Philly Bob, you too. And sometimes you get, Mikey Scars, they thank you for watching. D. Leonardo, thank you. And his sidekick, thank you. I appreciate that. And John A. Light, not just because I'm saying You put a good comment in there on my homepage thing there, but I would want you in my foxhole. That's all. In that scenario, I'd want you in my foxhole, not because, well, geez, when he did that, I was just coming off of being censored and blocked, and John A. Light, thank you, because that gave me the strength to keep going. Because I was thinking, you know, thank you, CPW. Thank you for your support and helping my channel out. And I was like, you know what? John A. Light, even if it was an imposter or somebody in there, but it was like, I don't know, whatever the reason, it made me want to keep going because I value that support. I value everybody's support, but it was just like, wow, I want to look good in front of this guy. I want to do good like a little boy. I want to do good. I want to do good. So whether that was you or not, John A. Light, whoever it was, thank you for your support. Mikey Scars, thank you for your support. And we don't, this social media and this word rat, this term rat, a rat, a rat, a rat, a rat, it's just so smashing, the perception and the definition of this rat. It's so bam, bam. And these guys that are like rats because they have immunity and they can have YouTube channels, but they had to do what they had to do. So don't bash me, and because you might think that I'm defending a rat or not, but these guys have regular personalities. They like to laugh and joke around just like me, and they did things. We're all older now, so I apologize for what I've said before, maybe, and I'll probably apologize what I might say in the future. I don't really mean to hurt anybody. This is a small channel anyway, so not many people are gonna hear it. But sometimes I know that you guys take a peek at my channel, and I'll say that at least. I'll make that premise that at the end of the days, I'd like to have a coffee with everybody, joke around, and we tell stories, interesting stories, dramatic, funny. You tell stories. That's all. And it's an interesting topic. So that's that. So I'm probably going to wrap things up. Thank you, angels. 10 years. It's my rebirth, my death date. 656 subs. 78 in 28 days. That's a new land record. That's a new land record. So my applause to you good people that support me and give me confidence, because we're never too old to receive confidence and support that can help us in our thinking and our mental health. It's all good. Positivity is good. Words are so powerful. Words are so powerful. They could determine the trajectory of a person's life and or death. So words are very important. And I appreciate all those good words. Philly Bob, when are you on again? I'm spitting these out. Probably, I'll do another video in a day or two. You know what I'm actually trying to do? I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I want to prank call an old gangster. I want to prank call him, and and because he's a rough guy, kind of like, but he's like 78 or whatever, And, you know, I could tell him who I am, and then he would know from other people in Brooklyn, and see how he'd respond and say, well, it's been 30 years. You owe me some money. And, and I don't know. I, I got to come up with content, but I would like to prank call this old timer, but I got to figure it out first. So, I'll be back on in a couple days, and we'll keep rolling. 656 subs, and you know what? I appreciate every one of you. At least I'm more personable with my viewers and subscribers. I mean, I only tried to sell my book, and I just 5 days ago got Cash App after 400 videos. So begging ain't really innately in me, but I appreciate your support. That's all. I mean, I've done the work, 400 videos in 2 years, and I've been through the trenches. So I'm the guy. I'm the guy for the entertainment. All right? Help me out, Jimi Hendrix. Hey, Joe, what you doing with that YouTube channel in your hand? Well, I'm just trying to get some subscribers. I heard Mike Franzese got 1 million. All right, folks. Thank you for helping me out. I appreciate the support. And if you have the chance to rise somebody up that might be going through some trials and tribulations, help them out. It's good for the soul. Just like Bob Seger said, it's good for the soul. So let's rise up, and because you got to give it to get it. Ancient Chinese secret, huh? No, that's common sense. That's all. So thank you, folks. God bless you all. I'll see you again soon. Hit that like button. That's the most important thing they tell me. Hit the like button if you like me. If you don't, you could just watch anyways. Cash App and the book link is right in there now. God bless you. Thank you, folks.